Well, good morning, everyone. 2021, here we are almost to the end of January in 2021. Uh, my wife and I just celebrated on January 20th, our 53rd anniversary. Sticking together for 53 years. Now, that's quite an accomplishment, I think. But it shows perseverance, because we both have to persevere with one another. It shows persistence. It shows some of those qualities you need to be successful. One of these days I'll get around and if you join us, please mute yourself because I'll be recording this session. We're 4 years young, the company 7K, and that's very important. And for people who just joined us, maybe you just recently joined, just become a member. For people who's been in with us for a year, 2 years, 3 years, and even 4. And so the company is really not 4 years old. Yes, we did do pre-marketing in the company, and that was for about 6 months. And before that, so you really can't say we were open. We didn't have our grand opening until July of 2017. And that was the official grand opening of the company. So until July of 2021, we won't be officially 4 years old. And as a company, as a growing company, but we were doing pre-marketing. And many of the people got into business with us in the pre-marketing phase. Some of those just dropped out before they even got started, and so it's important for what I'm going to share with you today, okay, about the information, about what it takes to be successful in this business. And it's the same in any business, but this one in particular gives a greater opportunity than any other entrepreneurial opportunity. I mean, just think about this. For $500, you get to start your own internet home-based business. Your products are products of wealth: gold, silver, collectibles, and exclusive collectibles today. We started with a generic MS-70 being the engine of a residual income, meaning there was a retail product. Now, membership benefits, the main membership benefit in the beginning was just to be able to buy gold and silver bullion at dealer cost, regardless of quantity. So I've been buying gold and silver for over 30 years, and I bought it from all the major places: JM Bullion, goldsilver.com, moneymetals.com, Kitco, AppMex. AppMex is one of the authorized 13 dealers in the United States, and I know there's 15, but if you go and you research it, they only reveal 13. Okay. And these dealers, they buy direct from the mints. And then they normally, the old traditional way, they sold to wholesalers, and then a wholesaler sold to brokers. And the brokers are the ones you mostly see on TV advertising all the time, like Rosslyn Capital, Lear Capital, Swiss America, Blanchard, Gold Line, et cetera, et cetera. Those are the brokers, and you really don't get a good price there. I've never really bought from them because I knew that they didn't offer a good price. You can go to direct to some of the discount wholesalers or brokers, or the one dealer that sold direct to the public, but yet at much higher prices than 7K. Okay. And because they're as low as price they advertise, pretty close to what 7K is, but you've got to buy, 500 ounces or 100 ounces, or in some cases, 1,000 ounces, even to get close to what 7K offers. And that's not affordable for the average person. But now we make gold and silver affordable to the average person through 7K. So let me get with it. Let's talk about earning income. And let's say we're securing wealth, accumulating wealth, securing wealth while we're earning income. And I will say that the only people who don't succeed in this are the people who do not believe in themselves. And they don't allow themselves the opportunity to succeed. That's the only people who do not succeed in 7K. They give up, they quit. And quitters can never win at anything. This is a company that you're at the right place at the right time. Now, you may not get to making $2,000 every week in 5 years real quick, but not everybody does that. Everybody has that opportunity with 7K, but if you get discouraged because you're not making money as fast as some other people, it's really because of your own attitude. And that's why attitude is one of those most important things that I tell you what it takes to be successful. I know my system that I teach is quite simple. And I'm going to demonstrate today why it works with numbers. Numbers always tell the truth. It's the old engineer in me. That's why I'm a chemical engineer. That's why I've got a master's in business, dealing with finance and accounting and numbers. And you can't miss a penny or you can't close your books, So let's get right with it. And we're going to do that with first sharing the screen a little bit and reviewing a couple of things real quick, just a couple of principles, and then we're going to get right with the whole fact. So just really kind of a quick review of the system. And I tell everybody that, just join, get into business, get the tax deductions, and that's what you should be sharing with everyone. Start your own business, join me, let's partner up, let's hook up. If other people can take $500 and turn it into $500 extra a month or even a week in 3 to 5 years from now, let's give it a shot. We don't have anything to lose. We got everything to gain. And if a lot of other people are doing it, let's just give it a shot. I mean, the company's not even 4 years old yet. Okay. So we recognize that whatever we do in life, it's going to take time to learn how. And networking has a unique, very simple, but set of skills, set of attitudes, and set of techniques that must be mastered if you want to make the big money. Now, if you want to just earn a good residual income for the rest of your life, you don't have to master them, but you have to know what they are, and you have to be trying them. Okay, but I contend that if a person after, let's say, 5 to 7 years ends up earning a residual check for the rest of their life of $500 extra a month or more, that's well worth it. What else are they doing in their life that gives them that kind of opportunity? Okay. So first we have to recognize no matter what we do in life, we got to learn it. And you don't know it, period. I'm going to tell you, every person in here, unless you've made 100 grand or more in a year in network marketing, you do not know how to do network marketing. So I'm just be very, very blunt with you. okay? Until you're six-figure, and some six-figure earners just fall into it, and they really don't know what they were doing and don't know how to tell or train somebody else how to do it either, okay? There are a few of those, but I tell you exactly what you got to do. And the key is most of this is learning. For 2 years, you get to earn while you learn. And where else could you do it? And you get to accumulate some wealth. And hopefully you can earn a check, 2, 3, 4, 5, and checks $250, $500. That's pretty cool. Our really standard check is $500, and that's pretty powerful. One check a year gets all your money back for your business, plus your tax deductions. I mean, you're way ahead because of your home-based business tax deductions. So that's part of learning too, learning what we mean by that, okay? And you learn it from third-party sources, not from me, not from your local CPA or your local tax person, because they probably don't even know. They just want to fill out the form and get paid, okay? Now, you get the same tax benefits that Exxon does, basically, as an individual running your own home-based business. So a lot of your personal expenses turn into positive. So what do? You got to commit 5 to 10 hours a week for 2 years. That's your learning curve. You get to earn while you learn, but it's learning. So don't get dissatisfied. Don't get this all bent out of shape. You're not making a $500 check every week or every month. Most people will not. And so just, learn that. But after those 2 years of learning and you're doing my system, then yeah, in the next 3 to 5 years, you should expect to be making a regular check on a regular basis and getting better and better in that check, improving with over time, as long as you keep doing the business. Okay. Now, you can make a walk away income, but it's just plain old do these 5 things. Okay. And the 5 people a day, 5 days a week, should not take you more than 30 minutes a day. If you're doing more than 30 minutes a day, doing the 5 people a day to exposure, to sifting, to trying to pique people's interest and get them to watch a video and then have a discussion or get more information. Learn this line. Get enough information to make an informed business decision. Information is free. So why wouldn't you get enough information to make an informed business decision? You can't make a decision based on things you don't know. That's an irrational decision. That's an impulsive decision. That's an emotional decision. That's one based on wrong information. Maybe your own past experiences, which have nothing to do with what we're talking about right now, even though you think it might. So this is how you build a left team and a right team. There's a methodology here. There's a system here, and it works. And combined with our comp plan, where you only place on the left, you're placing under people. It turns into a one another business like no other business ever in the history of this industry. And we're really forging the pace to be a different, to change the industry. So that's another good thing. We're part of a cause greater than any of us. We're in a member direct marketing industry, and we're the company that's really just starting it so the people get remunerated more than the companies of the past, like Amazon, like Costco, like Sam's. Those were member direct marketing programs too, because they paid referral fees to establish their businesses for years and years. In fact, Costco still pays it. Sam doesn't any longer, but Costco does. Okay. Amazon doesn't any longer. I mean, every once in a while they'll come out with a little special. You you tell your friends or whatever about it and they join, you'll get a few bucks discount coupon. Okay, but that's what we are. And yes, the powers of exponential expansion work. And I'm going to demonstrate that today because we got 4 years of experience here. Okay. Now you can start day one, get your partner on the left and partner on the right. And if everybody's only half as good as you and they only average one, the next day you got 4 people in your organization, 2 on the left, 2 on the right. The next day you got 8. The next day you got 16. Next day you got 32. Next day you got 64. Next day you got 128. 12 days from now you got 4,096. Now that's working really hard. That doesn't happen. Okay. That doesn't happen. I did that in days. Well, let's do that in weeks, 12 weeks. Well, that typically doesn't happen. It happened with me in 96. Yeah, happened just like that. In 3 months, I had 5,000 people in my left team and right team. And I made $3.5 million. That was pretty cool. It changed my life forever. And ever since I've been 50, I've had no boss, no employees. Let's say 54. No boss, no employees, enough money to pay all my bills, being debt free, no concerns, no stresses. That's a lifestyle you want to live. Trust me. You want to do something that gives you an opportunity to get there. Okay. And it doesn't matter when you get there. Ask old Colonel Sanders. Doesn't matter when you get there. You can get there when you're in your 70s. Okay. And it's kind of like, I guess, happening again. But, there's nothing wrong with the network marketing, multi-level marketing industry. I mean, there's a lot of bad animals. There's a lot of companies that start up to go out of business on purpose. And that happens in every industry. Just ask the franchise industry. Same thing. See, to me, network marketing is nothing more than a mini franchise business that you don't have to have tens of thousands of dollars to start up, where an individual can do it. But it is finding the right company at the right place at the right time with the right people and the right products. It is that. That's the same in every business. Okay. And that's just part of marketing. Okay. And that's what we have. We have products of wealth. We have products that everybody needs, everybody wants, all they can get. And most everyone in the world does not have any. Okay. That's pretty powerful when you kind of think of that. Okay. And then, so we get to the part that I was talking about. One's attitude, and that's why I have a person read this to start their day off. And I give it to you in my pack. Okay. And one's attitude controls everything about their life, that day, their business, their relationships. It's much more powerful. So we help a lot of people in a lot of ways. And belief. See, you've got to develop this not belief, not only in the profession that we're in, that what I just told you, and you'll get that through my trainings, and you'll get that in that first 2 years if you do your job description, and belief in the building business system. And I have a system. 7K has a system. Mine meshes right with 7K. So you're not doing two opposing things. Our systems go hand in hand, locked just like that, like a marriage. Okay. And so, in fact, the compensation plan is integrated with my system, because helping people driving legs is what I taught, how I built an organization of 70,000 people in the 90s. Okay. And got people to duplicate that process. Okay. And then here, the fact that you believe in you, that you can do this. See, that's your biggest hurdle. And it's going to take you some time, most people, to get there. Okay. And give yourself that 2 years to get there. But if you're not engaged, that time doesn't count. Just being a member for 2 years doesn't count if you're not actually physically going to class. Going to class is hands-on experience. It's engaged, okay? That's what I mean by this. Okay, quick review of the whole system. You just got it right there. And then, what we're going to do now is get right down to the nitty gritty. And as many of you know, I've shared that, that, when you first start, you get this with your first 25. You make a list of your top 25 people, okay? And you're going to want one partner on your left and one partner on your right. Just kind of keep this kind of simple. $500 start your own business, $105 a month to keep your lights on in your business, and you get tax deductions. And if you're paying taxes and you're in a job, basically your taxes pay for your business for your first 2 years. And you just have to accept that. And you're looking for two people, one on your left, one on your right. And then we tell them to do the same thing. Out of 20, you mean to tell me if you can't get two people, one on your left, one on your right, you're right. Don't join this because you don't believe in yourself enough, even to fight your way out of a paper bag. Okay. And so, but if you believe in yourself, you want to change, you want to do something different, you want to just sit back and let life happen to you, you want to make life happen, then join me and let's take a chance on this. We put one on the left, one on the right, and you got yourself a team. Now, you're going to keep looking for more people in your next 25, but let's concentrate with them right now real quick. Let's do that power of exponential expansion. And if you do it, let me show you how you take $500 and turn it in to $3,500 in 8 weeks or less. That's pretty powerful. Well, they know different people than you know. They have friends, relatives, people they care about that they're right. Yeah, a lot of them going to tell them no. That doesn't matter. You're looking for the ones that can find two people. Okay, one on your left and one on your right. Okay, and when they do that, and if they do that here all this done in that first week, okay, and they have 150 points, 150 points, 150 points, you got 450 points, they give you a check for $250 now, a half check. That company's got this COVID special going on. And you say you got $250 and they got 150 points on their left, 150 points on their right, and they carry over your points. Those are commission points. You starting off the next week with almost another check. Okay. Now, in the process, you might even find somebody that, they just want that basic membership. They're gonna put the water in their toes in the water before they step in the tongue. They're gonna make sure it's lukewarm. They're so skeptical of everything in life, and they won't even commit to learning, to get enough information. Well, you get one of those in this process of 199 memberships, you already got the $500 check. Okay. But, you just do the same thing the next week, helping those people get their people. You got all your money back. They got the same check here that you got the last week. And then you repeat this process. Okay. And then you're going to get, if you do get some of those people with one on the left, one on the right, that, an extra person that just became a member, or you get another 500, two personals on your left, two personals on your right, you become a copper. That week, you're going to make $1,000. Okay. And then if you do, and everybody duplicates this next process. See, all they have to do is believe and go do it. And everybody will get this. If they believe it, they go do it. Okay. And so it's just a matter of doing it. And you're going to end up, if you get a third person in that fourth week, one on your left and one on your right, and they have become coppers, like you did, and they duplicate what you did, you're going to have a $2,000 check that week, and you're going to still have 900 points. And in 4 weeks, you've made $3,750. Well, what if it took you 4 months? What if it took you a whole year? What if you didn't even get there, and because of the numbers it only worked out and you made $750 a year? Got all your money back. It's pretty powerful. Plus you're going to make some more than that. So it's kind of learning a little bit the share plan and the benefits. So this is what I'm telling you need to learn. You don't have to do everything, but you need to do this. Now, the reason I'm sharing with you that everybody succeeds in my system if they do my system, I'm going to demonstrate, okay? I'm going to demonstrate with reality, okay? And we're going to give a few examples. You see this little thing here? It's not, I've got something wrong with me. I'm putting on what you call a drawing pad. It's an electronic drawing pad. Like a whiteboard with electronic. I have a little stylus pen, and I'm going to be able to do some numbers and things with you, so we can demonstrate some principles here, and then I can actually show you real people that are doing these things. Okay, and so I'm going to get my board out, put it in front of me so I can write and talk at the same time. Share my screen one more time, and then let's get to the main principles that we're going to talk about with this. And I've got my little board up here, and let's get my pen. There we go. I can get on here, and let's say this is you, okay? Okay, now let's say you joined, okay, and you didn't buy your coin of the month, but your sponsor, and you're on the right person's sponsor, your sponsor, uh, you know, I'm going to use different colors for different things. If I can find my, I don't know where all my rest of my colors are. Normally I have a whole bunch of colors over here. Well, I use blue. Okay. Your sponsor placed a person underneath you. That's called a gift from above. Okay. And they sponsored a person on their left and a person on their right. And that's called gifts from below. And in this business, you get points. Okay. Now, you have 0 points here. And some people are going to come in at $4.99. It's 150 points. Some people are going to come in at $1.99. They can't come in here. That's a renewal position only. And that's after a year's membership. But so it's 150 or 50 points. And let's just use the average for illustration purposes. And so that'll give you 300 points right here. Okay. Now, and that person sponsors a person, and that person sponsors a person, and that person sponsors a person. This person sponsors a person. See, this is kind of how this grows. Okay. And I thought I'd learned my system here. There we go. want a little darker pen. There we go. There we go. Now got a little bit better pen. And as we are, as we're building the business, your upline wants to rank up, and they have to place them on their left or right. Let's say they need, because you're not doing anything, they personally sponsored you, then they personally sponsored it. So each person, that's another personal sponsor by your upline or somebody above you, because that's why I call it a gift from above. And then they sponsor a person, they sponsor a person. Not everybody's going to sponsor a person. See, like you didn't sponsor a person. Well, anyway, this can go on all directions down here and down here, and that brings volume up here. And some people are going to end up with what we call $30,000 in volume. That's 30,000 points. Now, are you going to end up with that at the beginning? No, in the beginning, it starts real slow. Like I just showed you with the power of exponential expansion. And so you just imagine, you got 300 people down here, just 300 people, and they've been 300 people times 100 is 30,000. So the membership, that's just in memberships, okay? And it isn't you got those 300 people. Those 300 people put on your right team, and you did nothing. And if you were and that happened in a year, let's say it happened in a year or 2 years or 3 years or 4 years, could you have ever built an organization of 300 people yourself personally? No, because you didn't believe. But here's a chance that you do, unlike any other company in network marketing history. Now, to be able to collect those points, you had to purchase your product every month, the $1.2 million mistake, the exclusive state series, MS70 coin. And everybody that's bought that since the beginning had made money. They can sell their products for more than they paid for them. I mean, where in network marketing history have you ever heard that? And if you got some Montanas, some Idahos, some Texas, some New Yorks that you have extra, there are people out there that want them, and they'll pay you what you paid for. In fact, for some of those, they'll pay you a lot more than what you paid for because they want a full 50-state set. Well, if you've been doing that, at 15 points a coin, and let's say times a year, that's 180 points, right? So you'll have 180 points here because you've been buying one coin every month. Those points get put over on your pay side, your weak side, but you haven't personally sponsored anyone yet. Okay. But if you're doing and learning the system, I'm telling you, 2 years from now, you'll be able to sponsor people. You'll be able to sponsor people if you've been keeping them informed, keeping them in touch, doing my follow-up, making your list, building your list. And if you do my system, after the end of 2 years, you'll have a list of 500 people written down. You'll have the date that you first contact them, that you sent them a video. You can keep it all in a spiral notepad if you want, but most people won't do this. That's the key. Most people won't do it. It's real simple, but most people won't do it. But let me just share something with you. If you end up like this, and then you're getting close to where after 2 years and you've done this, and let's say you bought a few more products, and let's say you get to 450 points over here. You got 450 points, but you still haven't personally sponsored anyone. Okay, we're going to tell you that you got to have a brother, a sister, a spouse. I mean, if you're not married, then this doesn't apply to you on a spouse, but many people are, or significant other, or best friend. If you can't literally sponsor them after 2 years in the business, then it's time that you make the ultimate sacrifice and you give them a gift with some conditions. Yeah, okay. And it's a business expense. And you what we're going to do is black, okay, is your personal sponsors. And so you'll personally sponsor a person here with a $199 membership, okay? And you'll typically want to put one of your friends or somebody in there, your brothers or sister. At this stage, in this time, I do a little different because this is more your control. You put your spouse or someone else in the business. You spent $400. You're giving them a gift. The condition is they learn how to do this business. They get all their questions. They go in and watch the videos, but that'll give you 50 points here. You'll have 500 points here. Okay. You have a personal on your left and a personal on your right. And now you qualified, you're an associate, you'll make a check of $500. And then if you can encourage this person to what they learn, stay in contact, that is a very slow way of building. But at that 2 years from now, you should have the skills, attitudes, and techniques, and then going through, plus all the benefits that the company's done, then you can actually sponsor another person. You'll place them over there underneath them. And then, all you do is continue placing people here until you find one. You just keep on placing people there over the next over all time. You're now learned, you've got belief, you've got understanding you didn't have, you've got products, and I'm going to show you some of this in a minute. But until you find a person, just one person in the future, I don't care if it's 5 years from now. And now this is going to be growing if it's 5 years from now. You may have 70,000, you may have 100 grand there. It's very important. But see, everybody has these little counters on their left and right. And if you finally find a person right here, a star, that then what they are doing is they are building on their left and their right with their people, just like everybody else is doing. And then when they are, get 250 points here and 250 points here, oh, by the way, when they pay you that $500 check, it erases there, and they'll erase 500 points over here and pay you that $500 check. And then, it starts counting all over again. So you've been buying product every month to stay active, letting that build up. Maybe now you got over this period, let's say you got 80,000 points over here, okay? And you've got 90 points from your own coins, and you've sponsored people, one, two, three, finally four. You know, maybe they came in at 50 points. That's 290. You just earned, if they still got the $250 check, all you have to do is may have this person become active, and that's your spouse or your best friend or your buddy. You know, they just need to order a coin to be active, and you can get a check. Okay. But the key is this person over here. If this person starts getting to 250 points over here, and let's say 300 over here, those add together. 300, 250 comes up here and adds 550 points. Well, that's going to come up as that comes up. This didn't happen all in 1 week. But see, you're going to get another $500 check when this, let's say it comes up all in 1 week. Okay. That's 550 points. 550 points plus 290, okay, is 840 points. But you're just an associate, okay? And so if this is your spouse, would you buy a $105 valuable coin to get a $500 check and make this active because you already have an active over here? Absolutely. You'd go in there and click process now on auto renew product, put it in there, get you a new coin, and you spend $105, got a valuable coin. I mean, your spouse did, but as a husband and wife team, or your best friend, y'all kind of team up, now they'll erase all 840 points because you're just an associate, and they send you a $500 check. Well, there are going to be people now growing in this organization and in this organization. And so what I want to get to is that if this person starts making a $500 check once a month, that means they've got to have 500 here and 500 here. It means 1,000 points are coming up here during the month. So it's not all going to come up at one time, but it's going to be 500, and maybe you make a check. And so you're going to make two $500 checks in a month, $1,000 extra a month. Now, if this person gets to making $500 every week, that means you're going to have at least 1,000 points coming up every week. And you already have money in the bank here. And so you have 1,000 points here, but you can only make 500 because you're just an associate. But that's okay. Where else could you make $500 every week for the rest of your life? And you hadn't even really sponsored but one person. Wow. An opportunity unlimited here, y'all. You just got to understand. And see, most people don't understand what they're saying no to, and you need to show them this video. Sit down and watch the video with me. And I'm going to demonstrate a few things for y'all now, okay? Because see, not only that, you may have, let's say this team, now you just put your spouse or your brother or your sister or your son or your daughter over here. something that you and actually y'all both are in control of. That's why I call it a business family pack. Okay. It's within the family and you keep it in the family because your business is willable and transferable to your family. Okay. Uh, because we want to build generational wealth here. And you're accumulating wealth the whole time. You accumulate products of value. You're not building up a closet full of expired vitamins, lotions, potions, nasty tasting juices, or anything else, or protein drinks. You're 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 accumulating products of real value that have shown, even in our short 4-year tenure, they gain value faster than any of us even ever anticipated doing. And they're still doing it and doing it more rapidly. Well, let's just say if this team, now remember, you didn't put anybody down there, but it just so happened because you were in the right place, the right time with the right people. Okay. And you're with a team that's building, that's committed. And if you with just about anybody in our team, that's what you got. Okay. And so now if you got, let's say 100 people down here on this team, all down wherever, and they're buying one of those 3 coins and they're averaging 20 points. Well, look, that's 2,000 points. Points are dollars, remember? Because you deduct 500 points here and 500 points here, you got a $500 check. Okay, so I look at points as dollars in the U.S. Okay, so look, 2,000 points either coming up on the 1st, 8th, 15th, 21st, or 26th, and it comes up at different dates because they order at different dates on the auto shipper. Okay, auto saver. So 4 into 2,000, guess what? 500. Well, that's enough to make $500 per week on average. That's kind of how it works. Hey, let's stretch this out to 10 years. And let's say you got 1,000 people over there on that team. And now you got 20,000 points. That's enough to give you 5,000 a week. So you got more points than you ever needed. And as long as you got somebody over here making $500 every other week, you're going to make $500 every week, and you're still flushing points. That is so powerful, everyone. I just, I can't impress upon you how powerful this is. Okay. What we just talked about. Let me kind of erase the board here about these numbers. Believe me, this is the first time I've done this. So it's taken me a little bit to practice because I always erase my stuff I shouldn't erase here. But this is going to be a good teaching tool, I see. So it's well worth my investment to get it and kind of spend the time to learn how to do this. And we'll get better and better at some examples, and I'll be able to use it to do some presentations with. So with that said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing now, and I'm going to share a different screen and give y'all some real life examples. Okay, this time I'm going to share my back office with you and show you some real life examples to show you what I'm talking about. And that's the most important thing about our business here, is being able to really kind of share everything about what we're doing. This will be my back office. I'm going to go into log into 7K Metals, okay? Log into my back office, okay? Now this is what, the 21st or 4th. Normally our week's pretty low on that. I'm a goal. I've got 255,000 points in my bank, y'all. And so, I get another 150 points on my left side this week, and that's a $2,000 check for me. And my wife's making 1,500, so that's 3,500 for the week. That's not a bad week. On the 4th week, we just starting a new year. But the key is, see how many points you have coming up in a month, and that gives you your residual check for the rest of your life. So I'm going to go to my downline reporter, okay, to show you what I mean about opportunity for a lot of people in this business, okay? And why I've only done it part-time, and you want to see both active and inactive, because see, some of those inactives are inactive until you need to be active to get your rank, get your check, okay? So, if I look at active and inactive members in my business, I've got about 3,200 in my team. Now, I didn't get all 3,200. I only got a few people on my left, few people on my right. Over time, I did this part-time. And the real key is, my wife, she's a silver right now. Now she's gold, but she doesn't need to be a gold today. Okay. So she's a silver, so she can get paid up to 3,500. And so, but we want to buy some of the coins, and so it's good in that respect. So let's look over at a few people and some of their businesses and what they can do. Now, one of the big things that I kind of like to do is when I'm searching for people, I can search for specific members and look at their business too. Okay. And when I'm finding a particular person, and I can look for all Toms, let's say, for example, in the business, all Thomases, but that's not really what I want to do right now. I want to show y'all a few things here. Okay, let's go back to the right side. Okay, let's look at everybody. Let's look at a couple of people I know. Let's look at Kyle. Kyle has an opportunity, and he has $127,000 on his side. Now, he doesn't need an active, but he's got inactives over there. He's in that situation. He can help that person buy a coin. He could buy a coin and have an active. He could sponsor a new person, but he wouldn't need to do that until he's getting close to his 500 points. Okay, so that way you get a $500 check. But if he sponsors one person on his left side, sometime this year, next year, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years from now, starts making that check on a regular basis, once a month, once a quarter, he's going to make 2 checks. Because why? He's got an active on his right that's staying in the business, that's on this side, that has a lot of points on their side, and they can build up. And so this is one of the close keys that I'm talking about the benefits of this business. I'm going to log out. We're going to log into a couple accounts that I was talking about and get to see. Let's log into Woody's account. I'm no Woody. Woody's way down in the left side of my business. Okay, and been buying a coin every month in that spot. Hadn't sponsored anybody on the left, anybody on the right. They're in that position now that they're going to, we're already talking, go and talk about, uh, you know, helping somebody on their left and right become a member, even if it's on a conditional basis, where they are actually paying for their membership for them, and they're, you know, using their fund, but it's got to be someone they care about, someone that they really want for them to understand the benefits of this business. Okay, but look, here's what they got. Not only do they have $34,000 in their left bank account, okay, but they have a recurring residual income that's developing. They've got basically 1,000 points coming up every month. So once they do get a business partner, just on the right side, that starts developing a check once every quarter, once every 6 months, they can start developing a recurring residual income for the rest of their life. Where else in this world could we participate in a business that we have that kind of opportunity and we're dealing with wealth? Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, now they can forego this. The computer will cycle when it gets 500 points or more over here. That computer is going to cycle. It's going to deduct 500 points or whatever's there over 500 and deduct 500 from this side. It's going to cycle. If you are not qualified to make a check, those points just get erased. But that's okay. That's okay. Because you're building for the future. And if you want to make a difference, learn how to do these things when you're approaching this 400 and work with your people. See, I start talking to people when they got 400. I start talking with them in my group, left and right, when they got 400, what they need to do, and let me help them do that. Okay, let's take a couple of more examples real quick that I was looking at. Let's take a young lady, very dear friend of ours, and this is his son's daughter, very young lady, and they got into business a long time ago. It took a long time for her to make her first check. But when she made her first check, not too long ago, last year, it was $500. And for a young lady, a very young lady in her early 20s, make a $500 extra check, and she's been accumulating wealth buying a product, obviously, because she's got $77,000 in her bank account on her left, but she is an active on her left and right. And now she's developing, because in her network, in her right team, there are people who are committed to do the business and are building the business right now. And look what she's got now. After 4 years, now look what she's got. She's got 85, 205, 215, 285 residual points coming up every month. That means every other month, just with the residual, she will make a $500 check every other month. Now, as this grows, that'll turn to every month. As this grows, that'll turn to every other week. As this grows, that'll turn to every week. And so this is still growing over here. So if they get a person that starts becoming a copper, a bronze, and building big, she could absolutely run into becoming a copper by having 2 and 2, okay, and one of her persons is a copper on the left and an associate on the left and an associate on the right, and having 2 personals, then make $1,000 check every week for the rest of her life. Wow, what a possibility. And all because she had faith, she had perseverance, she had persistence, and she believed. She believed. And it's paid off handsomely and will pay off. Now, in the future, she could end up making $2,000 a week for the rest of her life. She has that chance. She's learning the skills, the attitudes, the techniques. She's going to get better and better and better at them over time, because you just repeat doing the same things over and over and over and over and over and over again. It's like if you're learning how to be a machinist. I mean, you may be lousy the first time you try something on the lathe, but after you do it over and 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 over again, and you care, then you might become one of the perfectionist, great machinists of all time. That's the way it is in this business. Okay. Now, I'm going to stop sharing that screen, and I'm going to get back to sharing part of our business and our system that we teach. Okay, to bring this to a conclusion. This is one of the greatest businesses in the history of this industry. And one of the things that I want to share with you is I teach you to learn people's testimonies, like Bruce Harris, the Idaho potato truck driver, who's got in above me. Richard got him in. He joined right before me. Denon Nelson, that real estate agent up in the northernmost mountains of Montana, pretty close to Canada, in nowhere land, really, making a $2,000 check every week. He's got one of the bigger businesses and got so many goals, and on her left side and on her right side, and she didn't sponsor any of them, didn't even know any of us. And that opportunity. And the reason is the company is only 4 years young, and we've got so many more countries to open in, so many more countries to open around the world. And that's what just exudes opportunity. And that's why you want to find that one good partner to hook up with on your left, one good partner to hook up with on your right. And if they lose, if they get discouraged, you go find yourself another one. You do not give up on yourself. You don't give up, because see, I also give y'all some little testimonies. Remember the testimonies that I put in my toolkit that I share with everyone? And it's a young lady that all she did was buy the product every month. As she's kind of learning, she loves the product, but after 2 years, she only ended up with just a plate of olives. She had never made a check yet, but she's approaching it. But she ended up with savings that she would have never saved. She had a great testimony. And the key is she also got the tax benefits. So most of that product was paid for by taxes she would have paid, but by converting personal expenses into business expenses, much of her tax dollars paid for the development of her business. In other words, it isn't exactly that, but that, the numbers out of one pot go into another pot. That's really the way it works out to be. And it's because of what's legal in the tax codes. Okay. And so having a home-based business is something everybody needs to have, unless they just love giving the government extra money to waste for you. Uh, this is a beautiful business. Jerome and Terrell Sims, right, and Gonzalez, another great example. They joined, uh, they they got committed, they got their family involved. They try to keep their family involved, and they can go in and out, but they're committed. They're committed because they know what this can produce for them. I know what it can produce for every individual in this business. Cindy and Delton Cason, someone that I got in the business in the very beginning, because I know they appreciated silver and gold. We all love God's money, real money, and they needed extra income, and this helps provide for extra income for people. This helps provide for retirement. It helps provide that extra. It helps provide for security. Everybody needs to own silver and gold. Everybody needs to have a lot of this, those silver eagles and those gold eagles. I don't care my gold eagles around anymore. But we want to help people help themselves. And that's what we do in 7K. And if you will just read the mission statement and use this new toolkit that I got everybody in, and have real heart-to-heart discussions where you can just use this, and your Silver Eagle coins and your new Animal State series, and your state MS-70 coins, and just have some frank discussions across the table with people you care about. And just, say, I'm not trying to get you into anything. All I want you to do is understand what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, and why I think you should be part of this. Some way, some shape, some fashion. You should be part of this, and you should be taking the parts that benefit you, because there's something in here for everyone, and I want you to be able to benefit from it. So that's what I wanted to share with you in starting. I wanted to give you a tool, maybe a training tool. You could just sit and watch this with your prospect, and I want to say hello, and you can put them on the phone with me. I'd love to talk with you. I'd love to help answer your questions. We're a big team here, and we help one another, and we would like for you to be part of our team. And I encourage all of our new members and our old members, and we don't really have a lot of old members because we're such a young company right now, but the world will know us. We'll be the largest member direct marketing company in the world. This company is changing records, and it's like you were part of Amazon at its inception, except we're going to be the Amazon of gold and silver, and the Amazon of the collecting world. So live a lifestyle powered by silver and gold. There is nothing better than developing a residual income and attaining gold and silver to give you some financial security and true diversification. I'll see you on the beaches of the world. Thank you, and